Kevin Graham, of the 543rd class of trainees, in the name of the goddess above, I hereby appoint you a squire of the Septian Church. I humbly accept my appointment. I pledge to offer my soul to the goddess above, and both body and blood to her church on earth. Very good. It is exceedingly rare for one at your age to be appointed to this position. I can only assume your aptitudes and training achievements warranted it. May you strive to be both worthy guardian of the goddess's sacraments as her loyal and devoted servant. No, he looks like a little kid. Well, if it isn't Kevin, I see you managed to avoid having your promotion rejected by top brass. Splendid, splendid. Instructor, I really can't thank you enough for all you've done for me. I never dreamed I would have an actual dominion supervising my training. How sweet of you to say. Hard to believe you're the same boy who waltzed up before the congregation of the sacraments shouting, "Make me a knight, please." I'd appreciate if you chuck that memory back to the furthest reaches of your mind, thank you. Oh, but how could I? Had I missed your groveling, I never would have taken an interest in you in the first place. And not in a million years would I have thought that you were related to Rufina. You could have asked her to take you on as her pupil before resorting to such drastic measures, you silly boy. Well, I had my reasons. Let's leave it at that. Very well. It doesn't matter at this point anyway. Congratulations. You're now a dog of the church just like the rest of us. It's good to have you on board. Thank you. I'm not sure it's the most reassuring metaphor to be using such new recruits, though. You might scare one of them right off. Please, you're not trying to position yourself as some sweet doe-eyed thing, are you? Besides, I think it's a perfectly apt description for us. We go around sniffing our sacraments wherever they may be, tearing through those throats of the heretical fools who enamored them with all the while. Can you spot the difference? Come on, instructor. I'm used to you at this point, so I don't really care if you call me a dog. But... but you care if I call your beloved Rufina one, don't you? Not to worry, Kevin. I can read between the lines well enough. Well, did I guess right? I owe her a lot, but I wouldn't call her my beloved. She's just like a big sister to me. That's all. Hey, we all know about the fake sister... your stand-in sister relationships around these parts. We know how that goes. You're making it sound like like you what exactly? Oh, look at them. They're so cute. Rufina? I thought you were in the Remiferia on a mission. I was. I tried to finish as quickly as possible as I could be back at your appointment ceremony. I'm so proud of you, Kevin. It's amazing just how fast you've grown. Now you're a full-fledged adult like me. Wow. Thanks for going out of your way to come here. I'm not sure I deserve to be called an adult yet, though. I've got a whole lot of work ahead of me, if I want to be half the knight the two of you are. My, how modest of you. By the way, have you let Rice know all about this yet? Not yet. I'm planning to write to her tonight. She's been real mad at me ever since I decided to come to Arteria, though. Hopefully, this will cheer her up a bit. There's not much else I could do to make up with her short of going home. Perhaps we should do that together at some point if you come find the time. No, well, I have the chance. Thank you so much for looking after him all this time, Ein. You've given up so much of your free time, and I really do appreciate it. Thinking nothing of it, it proved quite fun a way to kill time. He has a fair amount of potential in combat arts and the martyrdry too. It's a shame all his skills are on the practical side of things. However, his academic side is less than stellar. I had this feeling in the pit of my stomach that it might be the case. Oh, right. I've got to get going. I have to pick up my new room key and medal from the General Affairs guys. Sorry, I'll talk to you later. Oh. What's this? You look so concerned. Feeling guilty because he followed you into such a dangerous line of work? Not at all. That was completely up to him and him alone. I would never try to dictate his life choices. It's just that... I think he'll make a fine knight, personally. He checks all the boxes. He's got the potential. He's got the determination. All in all, I can see why you're proud of him. And I'd call it a hunch, but I wouldn't be surprised if a stigma manifested in him, just like it has in you. Well, I'm impressed. I didn't think you could sense that of the others if you didn't possess one yourself. Yet, one more reason to feel frustrated that you aren't a Dominion. Oh! I know we're friends, but there's no need for all the flattery. My combat and their martyrdry abilities are average at best, and I wouldn't be cut out for the job at all. I'm grateful enough to have been promoted from squire to knight. That's the upper limit of someone with my lack of potential. If only you saw the way things I do. Someone with average at best abilities couldn't have handled your Ouroboros case half as well as you did. Fighting off a man with a reported strength to swift enough conclusion would be a pretty feather in anyone's cap. It was just my luck that we both came to an understanding. As far as Kevin goes, he wouldn't need to rely on luck. His potential for growth extends further than I'll ever be able to go. But he has one weakness I'm holding him back. That poor boy is just far too kind. So kind, in fact, that I can see him driving himself into a corner because of it one day. Ah! Oh no, I don't like that foreshadowing. Like, at all. The dark stigma. Okay, I'm like rubbing my hands together like an ant because what does that mean? So like obviously Kevin has been, I don't know, I guess they did mention something about him being on a higher level as far as the Grossshredders go, and I think Alba might have mentioned something like, oh, they sent someone like you, and he was surprised, and he was like, y'all were like so desperate to kill me. I feel like that happened. And so like he's, I mean, I guess like not on the level of Rufina, Ein, but there's something in him, and it's like an inherited thing. It's not necessarily, oh my gosh, that must also be why Rufina picked him up off the streets, I assume, because she just said that she sensed it in him. That's one of those crazy things where it's like, would you have ever given me a chance if it wasn't for this thing I had no control over? Oh, okay, we gotta go. The dark stigma. Our gachas. Who would we get? I feel like since it's a pairing, maybe it's Olivier and Shara instead. And not Zen. I feel like they would go together. Buddies! That looks like... Look, that's it. Buddies! Oh, he's wearing his prince outfit. Look at him. Oh, whoa, did they give him more facial hair? He's looking gruff. Zen? Prince Olivier? Well, now this is a surprise. Don't think it's a dream, at least. Indeed, it is not. I would be overjoyed to share a sweet date with Shara in my dreams, one with a fine drinking companion. Not so much. Ha! Yeah, this is real, alright. Still, doesn't Shara count as a drinking companion too? In a way, it's fine to be drunk with the joy of her company, but it's very much the opposite to be drunk with an alcohol involved. That's one of the most important lessons I've learned during my stay in Liberal. Sure words have never been spoken, but alright, enough playing around. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I have to apologize to the masses. I completely forgot about Agate. I just assumed Estelle was gonna be last, but I never even questioned if it was gonna be him. To be fair, it never felt like it was gonna be him, but it didn't even cross my mind. You guys mind filling us in on what kind of situation we've gotten ourselves into? We shall make with embraces and tearful greetings afterward. Honestly, you two really are something special. You think you've a little shaken finding yourselves in somewhere and as a natural as this out of nowhere. Yeah, absolutely no concern. Why they switch sides? That'll be weird. This is quite the pickle. I appreciate that it was hard to believe, but this is the situation we find ourselves in at the present time. If we try to find a way out, we'll need you to accept that. Oh, Mueller, my sweet rose-kissed muse, ever pure and free of thorns, you misunderstand me. I have long accepted our current predicament as a reality. Then why do you look so deep in thought? Need you even ask? Perhaps my life's toughest decision lies ahead of me. Before me, I find Joshua, Princess Claudia, Tita and Josette, and there's Julia, and even a new face, Rice. Just whom shall I gather into the arms like a warm blanket and exchange sweet nothings in celebration at first? Only you. Joshua, you were pulling my leg when you said this guy was an Ebronian prince, right? It's hard to believe as it is. He is. Putting my deeply earnest dilemma aside for the time being, it sounds as though you've been making some headway in unraveling the mysteries behind this place. Naturally, I would be more than honored to help with that. But first, we've got a few questions you need to ask, right? I know I sure do. I should have known that you'd be thinking along the same lines. You're exactly right. Fine by me. What do you want to ask? You think you figured something out? That's what I want to find out. First, I want to ask about the ghost you've encountered in here. Ask away.
If I remember correctly, the first time you met her was in the balcony of the Grancel Castle, yes?
Indeed, it was. She gave us the key that allowed us to eventually find and rescue you. That was the first time she appeared to us as a ghost, but I don't believe it was the first time she directly communicated with you, was it, Father? I don't think so, anyway. When Rice and I first arrived here, we heard a strange voice talking to us. We didn't have a clue who it belonged to at the time, but I think it was probably her, too. As do I.
So, at first, she existed here only as a voice, but she's gradually started showing up as a body, too? I know that's a weird way to put it, but if it's true, it backs up what the man in black said last time we saw him.
Yeah, he said he was a Lord Phantasma had stolen her most of her power, right? He kept referring to her as the Hermit and the Master of the Hollow Garden, too. Plus, the inscription on that monument behind us has the Hermit's Garden written on it. I think all of us here can connect the dots just fine. Agreed, it's reasonable to conclude that this was the very garden connected to her in some way.
That's true. Makes sense to me. It also explains why this place is kind of comfy compared to the other weird, fiend-infested places in Phantasma.
Feels like we're getting closer to the truth with every new revelation. By the sounds of it, she's been in Phantasma for a while now, possibly since the beginning. But then she had her power stolen by the Lord Phantasma and ended up without a body. Since then, she's been trying to help us to the best of her abilities and guide us forward.
If we assume all of that to be true, maybe the monuments scattered throughout are connected to her somehow?
They seem to exist for the same purpose, guiding us forward. I think there's one thing in our possession that's connected to her as well. That cube, Kevin. You think so? Unfortunately, your guess is as good as mine on exactly what that cube is. That being said, I think the odds of it being connected to her somehow are as high as everything else in that list so far. Well, what do you think? Honestly, I'm impressed. You've done a remarkable job of making sense of the situation when you've only just arrived. Still, if we assume that to be true, then there's something else we'd be doing as we keep moving forward.
Helping restore her power, I assume. That way, we should be able to ask her what else she knows about the land we're in.
You got it in one. I get the impression that if we don't, we won't stand a chance against those two. We'll find ourselves up against a wall at some point. Or in a corner, Kevin? Oh, you may be right. Well, leaving her aside for the time being, I do have one final thing I'd like to ask. Huh? What else is there to cover? It concerns that the Lord Phantasma you kept mentioning, actually. But simply, you wouldn't happen to have any idea who they are, would you, Kevin? What? his little shucks-a-doodle portrait over here has been stressing me out. What do you know? Why me? Well, from my perspective, they're awfully fixated on you. They seem to know about Rice's deceased sister as well. And then there's the fact that they're even able to summon devils from the church's texts. It all seems to be pointing to you two, and you in particular. I can see why you'd ask, I guess. Unfortunately for you, though, I ain't got nothing. If anything, I'd say they seem to be an enemy of the Gross Trader as a whole, rather than just me. Oh my god, you're driving me up the wall. I suppose that's possible. I wouldn't be surprised if an organization like that had more than their fair share of enemies. No offense, of course. I have plenty of enemies myself. Try not to sound like it's something worth boasting about. Anyway, even if we connected some dots, we'll have to save the mystery behind who our enemies are for another day. Maybe we can get more information out from them the next time we see them. But until then, we won't have enough to work with. Right. Next time one of them shows up, we'll have to see what we can force out of them. So, that about wraps things up for now? If so, we should probably get ready to go head out again. We're on plane number 4, and if the previous planes are anything to go by, it's gonna be tough. Kevin? Oh, yes, shake him out. Shake it out. Shake out the truth, Rice. What's up? You have something you want to add?
No, it's just that I'm not feeling very well. I'm gonna sit out the next plane. I'm sorry for the trouble, everyone, but please look out for him on my behalf. He shouldn't cause you too much trouble, but as I'm sure you know, he can be a little careless at times. Rice? Wait a sec.
Are you not gonna go after her? Sorry. I'll be back in a minute.
God, I'm nervous. And there's no music, no track in the background to distract me from my woes.
What's with you all of a sudden? Oh, I know. Are you feeling left out because you're the only one here and everyone else is all buddy-buddy? Sorry, Rice. Probably wasn't fun to have to sit through the whole happy reunion deal over and over. I should have noticed earlier, really. I've been pretty insensitive, so I'm really sorry.
When are you going to stop acting? Huh? It's true that I felt a little left out for a while. We've clearly gone through so much together, and it's made so much more of a fond of each of you in the days since.
Yeah, we had some amazing times. Hard to come out of the other end of stuff did without going closer through it all.
Watching you all, how could I not have felt lonely? How could I not have felt jealous? You've been avoiding me for the past 5 years, Kevin. I thought that you'd grown close to so many others while going out of your way to keep me out of arm's reach just did make me sad.
You didn't... You know I didn't mean it like that, Rice.
But at the same time, I was still happy you did. I knew how badly what happened to Rufina had hurt you, and you were still blaming yourself for it. I knew how you were driving yourself into the corner over it, and how you were taking on nothing but dirty jobs as if you were trying to punish yourself. And I couldn't confirm it for myself for sure, but I just knew the rumors that you were desperate to burn yourself out through them were true. So that's the reason. That's why, as lonely as I felt when you were off making new friends without me, I was really happy more than anything.
Rice, you do know that.
Except it turns out that you haven't made any new friends at all. Pulling the same exact thing you pulled with me on them. Every single one of them at arm's length. They can't get close to you. You won't get close to them. On the surface, you're a cheerful person having fun with everyone, but on the inside, you're as cold as it can be. All you're doing is manipulating your own emotions so people think that you're someone you're not. After watching you ever since we were reunited, that's become plain as day to me.
Man, I'm happy you're worried about me, but you've got the total wrong idea about this one. Sorry, I'm not good with a lot of things, but pretending to be someone I'm not isn't one of them. When I'm happy, you'll know about it, and when I'm mad, well, I think you know I'm not so good at hiding that either. It's the same transparent guy I've always been.
Oh, I didn't say you weren't as easy to read, for me at least. After all, I know how genuinely shaken you were by Lord Phantasma's message. The words of the Schrossritter always come across as cryptic, but not to you. Deep down, you know what they're talking about. You just constantly keep it at the rest of us and try to keep us in the dark. No, maybe you've managed to pull the wool over your own eyes too.
Come on, now you can't, seriously.
Devour the new offering presented to you and display it on your seal once more. You know exactly what that means, don't you? Go on.
You know what? Maybe you should sit things out for a bit. You're clearly really tired.
What?
I get that you're angry as you are upset with me, but I think it's starting to make you jump to conclusions, so some really out there. And being tired out's only gonna make it worse. Can't you see how negative your line of thinking is? You can't seriously believe all this is actually true. I'm not saying I don't deserve all the anger. I totally do. I genuinely was busy, but at the same time, I wasn't sure how to face you if we did end up meeting either. Still, we're gonna be working together from now on, so...
Enough.
Huh? Oh, yeah!
I'm sure he deserves it, but I honestly don't know who to believe. Everything you're saying is just meaningless. Maybe the others don't realize it, but how dare you think I, of all people, would fall for it? I realize I'm turning my back on my duties as a squire by doing this, but I can't bear to be near you any longer. I can't stand to see the Kevin I thought I knew so empty. So... Kevin? Oh, Joshua, sorry.
Oh, hey. Sorry you had to see that. Don't worry about it. I want to know something, Joshua. You looked into me a fair bit since I first stepped onto the scene, right?
I have.
I know that you're called the Heretic Hunter. I know that you're one of the 12 dominions that lead the Grosschritter. And I know that you undertake the execution of the sinners that the church deems most unforgivable and almost single-handedly. I figured you know your stuff. Wouldn't want any of the guys whose backgrounds you hadn't thoroughly vetted being so close to your girlfriend for long, huh? Can't deny it. Still, the only people you harm are those sinners, never anyone else. So I decided that, for the time being at least, you weren't a threat to her or anyone else. I see.
Weissman was your work too, wasn't it?
Sure was. My job was to get rid of him. That's it. Everything I did with you guys leading up to that point was to get myself into a position to get it done without him catching on. That includes helping all of you out naturally. Yeah, I know. I must have been aware of the possibility that Estelle would be taken on board the Glorious too. You thought allowing it to happen would help you in the long run, so you kept quiet about it. Now that's one I'm surprised you pieced together. But yeah, you're absolutely right. I figured there was a chance she might be abducted, but I did exactly nothing to stop it. All I cared about was finding out that Weissman and you were up to, and where you were, for that matter. Couldn't use a better bait than her. Thought so. And yet, all of that doesn't change how I'm more grateful than words can express. Why is that? Because if you hadn't helped me back then, I would still be Weissman's puppet. I would have broken with my own hands what I value most in the whole world. And that's a debt I will never be able to fully repay. Oh, sweet Adios, now you're just being cute. I know you're smart enough to realize that that's not all why I threw at you a bone, right? I just wanted him off his guard enough to create an opening I needed. Helping you was the perfect way to do that. That's all there was to it. And again, it doesn't change how grateful I am to you. Knowing why you did what you did doesn't erase the gratitude I feel. Not in the slightest. It really is just as well as you ended up quitting Ouroboros. You'd suck to high heaven if you were an enforcer now. Honestly, they're totally right. If Rice is sitting on the sidelines for now, let me help you in her place. I may not be as capable of helping you as she is, but I should be able to back you up. You don't need to feel indebted to me, you know. Well, I'll take what I can get. No doubt you're worried sick about Estelle too, so there's your gold star reason for helping him out besides me. So thanks. I'm glad you got my back. Right back to you. Oh, I love Joshua. I love him so much. Oh my god, and literally no option to talk to Rice. Okay, let's build this so that I can at least talk to them.
Oh, okay.
Olivier and Zin. Oh my god, and then I'm gonna have to build ornaments again. Come on. I might actually just leave them here because I think we'll have the doors to do. At least Zin's. I think the other one we'll have to wait on. Where's everyone? Where could they possibly be partying? I don't like this. But yeah, I said that I wasn't sure who to trust, but obviously I trust Rice. I don't know what Kevin is hiding. He stresses me out. But man, who would have thought that the third game would have been so heavy on his backstory? It's actually really nuts. Okay, let me see who's over here too. No one? Wow, they really are just partying by the tree together. Why is that so cute? Sure, it's been a long time since we last met, huh, Joshua? You've been a Brony Inn and Crossbell now, right? Why not make your way over to Calvert? Oh, that's something I'd like to do eventually. Estelle and I are currently looking for someone, though. Fair enough. Incidentally, I heard from Shara in one of her letters that Kilika returned to the Republic. She mentioned something about her retiring from the guild and being scouted by the Calverdian government. What? The lady who used to look after the Zeiss branch? For real? Never would have seen that coming. Yeah, it's all true. I hear she's up to her eyes in the work these days. And you know how she is. Taking it easy isn't an option for her. She gives her all to everything she does. She's doing her hell of a job, though. Her co-workers and subordinates are all terrified of her already. I wouldn't have Kilika any other way. Cuties. It is disturbing to think that we are literally fighting fiends taken from the church's texts. And again, our enemies are capable of making a replica of the entire city. Suppose summoning mirrors and tanks are child's play to them. How have you been since we last met, Your Highness? Word of your popularity in Erbonian high society has been reaching over in Liberal, too. I'm doing good enough to job convincing them a little more than elegant yet harmless prince at the moment. Still, spending so much time pretending to be someone I'm not can be terribly exhausting. So I'm biding my time and waiting for the perfect chance to cast it all aside and reveal my true form to the world. Then all shall know Olivier, the gospeler of love. You moron. Gospeler of love? That's what you're going with? And who else thinks he's going to be even more of a menace to society than the Black Orpiment Gospels ever were?
It's reassuring to see how little he's changed at heart, though.
It's seeming more and more like we're all drawn here at the same time, which is a relief in some ways. If that pitiful thing had been left in the outside world without me to watch it, I shudder to think what would have happened.
I'd come to his defense, but no, can't blame you.
Oh my gosh, he's so obsessed with Olivier. But also Julia. Remember your girl Julia? Y'all are so cute together.
If you want to keep lying to yourself, Kevin, then go right ahead. If that's what makes you happy, I won't stop you. But as long as you keep doing so, I won't talk to you.
Leave me alone.
Damn, she's really mad this time.
She said leave me alone. Oh. Those are interesting. Interesting enough to read? Not at this present moment in time. But interesting for someone. Okay, who do we need to talk to? We need to talk to Tita and Josette now. Oh, why do I feel like the party like completely broke up when I put out Josette and Tita? They're probably over at the table. Why'd y'all do that? Still, who could have pictured anything like this happening? Or that I find myself smack dab in the middle of it? On the plus side, at least you guys have been doing a fine job with your investigating, so we've got some idea of what we're doing. We'll just have to keep using that as a guide and try to press on. It's seeming more and more like we were all drawn in here at the same time, which is a relief in some ways, if that pitiful thing... Truly I'm offended. At the very worst, I would have thrown a luxurious banquet for all to enjoy. I could also see Tita sitting like a respectful distance away from Rice. Just like, hey, in case you know, want to chat, I'm here. Oh my god, is she actually doing that right now? I'll cry. She's trying to keep her company. I just know it. Oh my god, that's so sweet. Oh, it's both of them. Oh.
Are you feeling alright, Rice? I can go get you some medicine if it would help. You big dummy. She's not sick, she's angry.
Oh.
Huh? Come on, read between the lines. That phony priest obviously said something to make her mad, and this is the result. You're better off leaving her alone for now. But...
That's so cute.
What are you doing here? Just leave her to us and get on with exploring. Just gonna make things worse by hanging around here. Yeah, you're right. My bad. Hope you guys have a good long think about what you did wrong while you're out there. Rice had a fight with you, Kevin? So that's why she looks so down. Oh, wasn't there anything we could do to make her feel better? Give me a break, Edios. As if it didn't feel guilty enough already. Yeah, you nerd. How dare you do that to our girl? What should we do? Maybe I will do...
All right.
The new buddies. Yeah, we'll stick to that because I for sure need Zin anyways, right? I'm not ready to go to this plane of beasts or whatever. Beasts on a plane. I'm so tired of these motherfucking beasts on these motherfucking planes. Oh no! That's not what we want. Okay, so this is actually only halfway through once it's all said and done. And I don't know... Okay, this is in the beginning. Dude, do I even remember where this door is? I don't think so. I'm like, I think I gotta take it slow. Or really fast? I don't know. I want to say it's closer to the end. We must see this door today, though. No, because this would be just the end. Already. So, it's not incorrect to say that this... wherever this door was towards the end. I wouldn't have thought it would have been after the... or before the weapon. So for that reason... I'm confused. I wonder if Zin's kick is as broken as this as it was in the other game, though.
probably over here. And then this way? Please? Yeah. There's only so many branches that dead end. But methinks it's gotta be around here somewhere. Oh! Who do I blame? I'm gonna say Olivier's fault. God, there's so many of them. I'm just a girl. Just a girl looking for a door. Yeah, what is it? A star one? The man who talks with his fists. Only then shall the door open. Let's go. Oh, I did not save. Please hope and pray that my game does not crash. I guess we've really only been in like Gap Central. I shall grant you a memory fragment in my blessing. I see. I sort of expected it would only be a matter of time before you return to the Republic. Your mind is made up then? Afraid so. I've made the guys over there take care of everything without me long enough. Call it an A-rank bracer's duty to his peers and his society, I guess. Well, I suppose then you put it that way. I do wish you could stay here a little longer, but if that's your decision, I respect it. So, when are you planning on returning? Well, there's no point in lingering here any longer than I have to now that I've made up my mind to leave. So, honestly, I was thinking about tomorrow. I think I could change for you, or ask for you to arrange a ticket to Calvert for me. Well, certainly. Are you not planning to go around and visit Kilco first, though? I would have thought you would want to. That was part of the original plan, but she wouldn't have any of it. Surprise, surprise. Her stance was, if you're going to waste time coming to see me, use it to go back to Calvert earlier and get some work done. Very well then. That doesn't sound like a position you'll be able to talk her out of. No big deal, though. I mean, it's not like we'll never see each other again. I suppose that's very true. I'm not sure if there's anything in Zemuria that could keep the two of you apart forever. Feels like that to me sometimes, too. Well, regardless, I won't keep you any longer. So, that's one ticket to Calvert for tomorrow. Coming right up. Oh, sorry. Let me get this. Yes, this is the Grancel branch of the Bracer Guild. Ah, yes. Yes. Ah, he's here as we speak, actually. Did they change his portrait? Look at him. He is glowing. Elnan is a beautiful man. Is it? Something up. It's the Ambassador Cochran at the Calverdinian Embassy. She'd like to invite you on a hot springs trip. What? He bolted. He ran. 2 days later. No Calvert for you. And with Kilika down the street. I forgot. This is her stomping grounds. This place sure brings back memories. The atmosphere is so relaxing. It certainly is. Maybe because it feels so similar to our hometown. Still, Ambassador Cochran had me going for a while. When I first heard about this whole trip, I thought I was going to be the two of us out here. My, you look almost disappointed that it isn't. I'd be happy to take my leave of getting in the way of your dream date with her. I'm good, thanks. She's not someone I've ever seen as potential partner. Besides, it's you she wants to talk to, not me. This meeting might as well not be happening if you're not here. It never takes much to put you on the defensive, does it? It's beyond you to play along a little. You just can't help but mess with people, can you? With you in charge of the Zeiss Guild, I'm amazed it still has any bracers left. Correction, I can't help but mess with you. I don't do this with anyone else. Would you be happy if that were true? Hell no. You arrived. I've been waiting for you. Hey, Ambassador. Thank you for inviting us here today. Is something the matter, Zin? You seem oddly flustered. Me? I'm just fine. You're imagining things. Who could blame him, Ambassador? After all, he's a man on a hot springs trip with 2 beautiful women. It's hardly a recipe for a calm and composed mind, is it? Knock it off. Suppose not. If I were a little younger, I doubt I would be able to keep my hands off him myself. Alright, I suppose that's enough joking around. We should go get our dinner. Mrs. Mal's going to be making tonight's food herself, by the sounds of it. The serious discussion can wait until after that. Yeah, sounds fantastic. Likewise. Jeez. What a crazy thing. But I mean, like, He's interested. Climb that like a tree. That's what I always say. So there's going to be a new intelligence agency set up in Calvert, huh?
That's right. It's to be known that the Rocksmith Agency. As the name suggests, it's going to be the organization that answers directly to the president.
Really now?
I see. I presume that is the Parliament can't have any influence over its operations? Correct. Perhaps this new agency's biggest advantage is that it's separate from all those issues and vices. The last thing we need is an organization like this is suffering from Parliament's failures to make prompt decisions or general ineptitude, or being run in the same opaque and shady manner as by privileged few.
That does sound like a good idea, I'll admit. We're never going to be able to compete to the Empire's intelligence division or Liberals' old one of the Parliament at all involved.
Quite. It's already difficult enough to get anything done in the nation with such a lack of unity.
I guess it's just the fate of the countries that take in immigrants by the truckload, though. Though, honestly, I think that thing surprises me the most is that the president's actually being proactive for once. He's always struck me as a real conservative type, so this isn't the kind of thing I thought he'd go for.
That said, given the state of the Republic right now, it's hardly surprising that he would choose to act this way. Outside the country, we've got a threat with the rapidly expanding Erbonian Empire, while within we have terrorists and extremists. And to make matters worse, we have an anarchic society on the loose. Evidently, something has to be done, and I think he knows that as well as anyone. Indeed, in the time ahead of us, we're going to need to be able to respond flexibly to a variety of new and unforeseen threats. Alright, I think my introduction to the matter has gone long enough. It's about time I get to the point.
Oh yeah, you got something you need specifically to talk to Kilika about, right?
So, what position in the agency are you here to offer me?
What? Come on.
I love a sharp mind, Kilika. Your instincts are, of course, dead on. We think your talents would make you perfectly suited for joining the agency and are eager for you to be part of it. And that's why you will be offered the position of Division Chief should you so decide to join. That's something President Rocksmith has proposed himself.
Wow. What led you to being the one to bring this to Kilika anyway?
A fair question, I suppose. Ordinarily, this would be a scout's work. But I've known the president for a personal level for quite some time now. He took it upon himself to ask me to come to you personally.
That makes sense.
Then what's his reason for wanting me? Surely you know that without asking. Or do you want to hear it said anyway? Naturally, your masterclass Taisho skills are one reason for you being selected by the president. But above all, he wants you to be exceptional analytical and information handling abilities you've shown in your position in the guild. Those are just a few the new agency is going to require if it's to succeed.
Well, can't say this doesn't make all sense to me. I'm more dumbfounded that you up and attempt to steal a capable member of the guild right in front of an active bracer like this. That takes some nerve.
Well, I do think rather highly of you. I thought you would be able to mediate without letting such trivial matters cloud your judgment. Still, what do you think, Kilika? I'm not asking for an answer immediately, but I would like to know what's going through your mind. Well, it's certainly an interesting proposal. At the same time, I'm not sure I have any reason to accept it. But you have no reason to refuse it either. Am I right? Well, it's rare that you find it difficult to make quick judgments, but with such a big decision to make, I can't very well fault you. I won't rush you. Take a night to think long and hard about it. It was so you could do so that I booked a room here tonight. I'll ask for you to answer...
Whoa, I'm struggling.
I'll ask for you to answer again tomorrow. I'm looking forward to hearing it. Of course. Beep boop boop.
I'm scared. What is she gonna say?
Oh, and one more thing before I depart. If you ask me, remaining in your position as a simple guild receptionist just isn't going to let you use your abilities to their fullest. Well, a pleasant night to both of you.
I feel like I didn't like her in the last game. She's alright. She's alright by me. It helps that it seems like Zin likes her, though. Not in that way, just he doesn't hate her.
You're out rather fast. Have you finished in the bath already?
Fast? Seriously? I was in there for an hour. Oh, man, it's not often I see you looking this deep in thought.
I suppose you don't. I feel like I'm one step away from making a decision, but I just need one last push to take it.
Oh, right. Still, Being here like this with you really takes me back. Hard to believe it's been 6 years now since Master Ryuga's passing. Sounds like you went on a hell of a journey between then and joining the guild too.
You could say that. Going on a journey makes it sound like something I did deliberately, though. In reality, it wasn't quite as organized as that. I simply drifted from place to place before ending up being drawn to one point where I settled. Much in the way a leaf fell from the tree ends up floating down the river.
Were you able to find the answer you mentioned a while back?
No, I still haven't. Still, I do feel as though I found a conclusion of sorts.
What's that supposed to mean?
Say, Zin, why do you think I chose to take on a non-combat position like the guild receptionist to begin with?
Because you didn't want to follow the same path as idiots like me and Walter? I wouldn't follow us either if I were in your shoes.
Not quite. Although, I'm not going to deny that the two of you are idiots.
Hey, that was the part I did want you to deny. I did want you to deny.
I wanted to find out the meaning of the living fist ideology my father advocated. I believe that being able to better oneself through combat, while your opponent is the same, is a good thing in itself. As a warrior, it's probably close to the ideal way. Still, I couldn't help but wonder why the ideology had to be based around the premise of fighting. I can certainly understand the significance of living and dying as a warrior. I can also understand how one who lived that way would have no regrets when the time to pass came. Nothing has changed within me in that regard since the days we trained together. Yet, with father dead and Walter gone, I couldn't help but wonder. Wonder whether there was some way to make use of the living fist without having to fight.
Huh?
That was when I started roaming the continent in search of one. And as I roamed, I found myself face to face with countless conflicts and acts of violence, and I felt very powerless every time I did. That was how I came to the Counter-Liberals Guild. They had arrived to quell one of those conflicts. Something about their ideology, putting the safety of civilians over all else, made me feel that perhaps working under them may give me my answer. So that's what led me to start working for the guild. But even then, I wasn't able to run away from fighting completely.
The nature of humanity means that as long as we exist, conflict will never cease. Instead, what's important is not blindly preaching idealism, but preaching ideals while keeping a firm eye on the reality of how to quell a conflict. Master Ryuga's words have never left me.
Nor have they left me. But all the same, I have been looking away from the reality all this time.
Come on now. You know full well that's not actually true. When he says reality, he's not saying fighting is the be-all, end-all for quelling conflict.
That's not what I'm trying to say. All these years, I haven't been trying to walk on my own 2 feet. Not at all. I've just been trying to find a new way to live by my father's living fist ideology as an excuse to stand still. All while indulging myself in a comfortable environment the guild gave me. In that sense, it must be the biggest failure of my father's students. I might not agree with the path Walter took, but he, like you, had chosen his own path and started walking forward along it. You two have been facing up to the living fist ideal of fathers and slowly reaching your own conclusions on it. In your own ways, you've been able to face up to reality. And I haven't. I've been standing still the whole time.
That's the biggest load of crock I've ever heard. You've been walking forward just like we have.
In what way?
It's not the path that you've been walking has been one for others rather than yourself. That river you think you've been helplessly drifting through, you've actually been building a bridge so the others can easily cross it behind you. I'll cry! Oh! When the road is hard, you soften the ground so your fellow guildmates have an easier trek. There's no shame in your way of the living fist. It's as true as mine and Walter's.
Are you trying to comfort me?
Sorry for not having a way with words. Anyway, all I'm trying to say is, you know, as a person, you're way too strong and way too serious. And at times, it's like those two things just end up restricting you and stop you from seeing things you otherwise could. So try and relax a little, alright? Just a little. If you do, I bet you'll start seeing things that you couldn't before.
Seizin?
What is it?
Would you be happy if I returned to Calvard?
Oh, what brought that on?
Doesn't matter. Just answer the question.
Okay. If I had to pick, I guess I'd rather you be back home. Yeah. Why do you ask?
No reason. I've decided I'm going to accept the president's proposal.
What? Just because of what I said?
Don't misunderstand me. All I wanted was some kind of reason to bring this journey to an end, as well as a place to make better use of my skills.
I love them. I can't wait to have my adventures take me to Calvard, please, I beg.
Oh, that was the best night's sleep I've had in some time. I hope the two of you enjoyed your stay as well.
I know I did.
Feeling very refreshed, thank you. Refreshed enough to feel ready to take on a new position in the new environment even. Then, I would like to accept your offer. However, I have one condition for doing so. Oh, name it. While I'm willing to join the president's new agency, I'm not willing to stop living my own beliefs. As such, if I should end up feeling the slightest doubt of how the agency itself is being run, I'll do everything in my power to correct it from the inside using any means at my disposal. If he still wants my membership after hearing as much, please tell him that I accept his offer. Oh, that won't be a problem at all. I think he may well be encouraging you to take the reins. I believe he chose you expecting you to fulfill the role should it be deemed necessary. After all, you have experience in the guild, an organization which has managed to remain neutral and independent all this time. That's no mean feat. I wouldn't be so sure about that. Also, I'll need to get things ready for my successor, so I won't be able to return to Calvard for 2 or 3 months. As such, I won't be able to start work until then. That's perfectly understandable. Well, I look forward to meeting you again in the Republic. Likewise.
Something on your mind? Oh, I was just thinking about what you said back there. You said you'll need 2 or 3 months to get everything ready for your successor, right?
Yeah, I did. What of it?
Well, I'm guessing it's pretty busy over in Calvard right now, too. Doesn't sound as though there's anything so urgent I need to be there now. So I was thinking maybe I could stay here for the next few months while you get things sorted out before I head back.
You can't be serious. There's no reason why you should stay around here in Liberal. With me. Go back to Calvard.
Ugh, you don't have to be so cold. It's me, you know.
Well, it's the truth. We'll end up spending enough time together whether you like it or not after I'm home. You don't need to go out of your way to make more time now.
Well... you win. There's no need to rush things.
Then, what are you standing there for?
Oh! Sorry. You could say that before starting to walk off on your own, though.
Is it? Journey's End finished. I have like an imagery of like Kilika walking down the middle, and then on either side of her it's like Walter and Zin as they're going their separate ways. Oh, and the imagery of what like Zin said about how she was living her life. I feel like that's very understandable, where she feels like she's just sending out people to do all of these missions and stuff, where she'll start to feel kind of like left behind, and also like, you know, being kind of down in the dumps of her interpersonal relationships just kind of crumbling around her. it's bound to put you through a loop, I imagine. I should have known though that was going to be a forward looking, or like what happened after the whole Ariel thing storyline, and not looking backwards on the three of them, including Kilika, Zin, and Walter, which I was hoping for, just because, yeah, everything has been more about, I guess, what you missed on leading up from, following up from the Ariel stuff. A prologue, if you will. Some may call it that. I think maybe we will just take this team, and then, because really we're just gonna kind of grind through another level, right? And then we'll go from there. Let's check out the 4th plane. POV, you're entering the 4th plane for the first time. Oh, hello. No, we won't forget about you, right? Don't you dare walk on that platform without my consent. And there's the entrance to the next plane. I doubt the pattern will change up now, so yeah. We won't know what kind of place it's going to be up until we step inside, though. Or what utterly bizarre fiends will be waiting for us there. I'm tingling with excitement.
Let's make sure we're good to go before we keep going.
Okay, I guess I should look at least their orbits, because I have not done that. What do you mean, entrance exam results? And for 33 of those years, I hated the damn place. He snapped between chewing cuts of lamb. After swallowing, he added, "Who's going to run it? I sure ain't, and you're no carpenter." You know, halfway through I was like, what's the point of reading these? I don't remember what's happening in the order of events. This has to be Kevin's. They're really trying to F with him right now. And I'm excited to see that. I shouldn't be. This one. Oh. A letter to Chloe Rind informing her that she has passed the Genus Royal Academy entrance examination? A letter to Chloe? I wonder if something would have happened if she was in the team instead of these yahoos. I wonder if I should take it back to her. This seems like a thing I should do before we move on. I might try to show it to her and Julia. What is this nonsense? What is this mini game going on? Where all of a sudden we're the postman. The post priest. No, I can't use it. To be fair, okay, it's like whenever they have the hand, those are the items that you can actually use. And that's what my brain was pretending what was happening, but it wasn't.
It always felt like we were being somehow protected when we were in this garden, as opposed to anywhere else in the Phantasma. So I can certainly believe that the idea that it may be connected to that ghost.
I'm annoyed. Maybe annoyed is the right word. That no, they didn't make any commentary. Not even like a huh? Who? These self-involved men in my team right now. Who are you? Okay, you... Okay, yeah, we gotta look at this stuff. Ugh. Okay, so at least... Oh my god, Zin, your abilities are all over the place. He extends the most here on this red route, and then Olivier. Whoa, Olivier. Is he always like this? Where his white magic can extend to the end of it? That's kind of fun. Oh my gosh, even Kevin's isn't that good. Okay, so that means I gotta get him all the way to Arch Drain. OEP? 0 EP. Wait. Oh, absorbs EP. Okay. Nice. Obstruct. 100. Enfeeble. A defense down ability. Love to see that. Okay, so I don't know if I have enough white ornaments to make that happen. Oop, didn't mean to do that. Let's see. Okay, well, I gave them all the free CP, so they're coming with me, and that means they have to do this. Oh my god, Mirage? Information, finally! I'm gonna get more of those, actually. Maybe I should have just put it on Kevin so that I can always have it available to me. Man, I really didn't want to do this. Okay, for now though, well, you have 10. And then what did we say? I mean, I guess we just keep pushing it. He will need at least a blue and a green though. Oh shoot, for Zodiac he needs like a little bit of everything. And you focus yellows also. Okay, he has this one. Move 2, which gives you 3 already. An EP cut is probably a good idea also.
It gives you at least 1 white too. But then the real thing... Evade 2, defense 2, attack 2. Maybe not attack, but what has like a big mix of things? Confuse... Oh, so I have to upgrade one of you, this one, to a 2. Oh my goodness. Okay, time to lock in. Alright, that's enough of that. I just have to put stuff on. For the most part, Zen stayed the same from what he was holding on to. It feels like they kind of extended him in the Earth department, which makes sense and probably what I would have done anyways. I was trying to kind of get more of the yellow Sepith abilities. Space? Maybe. And get more of those. But Kevin and Joshua are both their time only Sepith. Where is this? Where are we now? Nowhere I've been before, judging from where I'm standing. Oh my. Oh, the training grounds? How weird. Huh. Now that's what I call a fine view. Well, now, this is a lot prettier than last plane at least. This must be another real place that's been recreated here in Phantasma, much like the capital was. Most likely, yeah. Just where is it though? Somewhere in Liberal? I doubt it. It's not familiar to me at all. My best guess would be somewhere along the Crony Mountains, but the air suggests otherwise. I feel like Julia would have been the only one who knows this area. Oh. Huh? What's the Bracer Guild's emblem doing here? Well, looks like this really isn't a place that exists in Liberal. As far as I'm aware, there aren't any guild facilities like this anywhere in the country. I'm not familiar with any either, nor am I aware of there being any buildings like this in Calvard. That means Estelle's here. Would you look at that? The answer was right under our noses the whole time. It was? This is the local training center. I know that name. Wasn't the training camp Estelle went to a while back? You know, last year with Annalise? That's the one. It's a guild-owned facility located in Lehman State. I've never been there myself, though. I've only heard about it from Estelle. So, this is the local, huh? I've never trained here personally, but it's famous among bracers. That leaves us with yet another problem to solve. To my knowledge, Lehman State is quite the distance away from Liberal. Yeah, it is. It's farther away from both Aronia and Calvard. But you know, I may not have a clue how to place that Lehman ended up being created here or why. But if our enemies did it, they must have a reason for doing so, right? Well, I knew you'd catch on. Beasts. That sounded like, we've got company, guys. Well, now I'm like, am I gonna take this whole plane absorbing all the other bracers of Liberal? Because then that would throw out my theory of everyone who was at the aerial would be the ones that we're gotchaing. Huh? Here comes trouble. I suppose Beastman would be the best term for these things. It's probably what your next destination this path of Beast was referring to. Another mystery solved. Watch out, there's a lot of them. This could get ugly. Well, it's a good thing I extended on my AoE abilities. Or we could just use a bunch of the RS crafts. I do have to change my comp though, because what is this? Why are Kevin and Olivier in the front? Scary. Okay, oh, Shadow Spears is only 1. Well, maybe we should read about them too. Oops, this one. Oops, this one. Oops, this okay, maybe I should read. Rat-like Beastman uses a poison-coated sword, drops foes into holes, call for aid. Weak to the white one. Okay, that means Olivier needs to look alive. Joshua's going all the way down there too. I feel these have to walk up to me. Oh gosh. Yeah. We do a side by side. Who is the... Oh my god, faint already. How does everyone's casting ability stack up? Let's see. Kevin's about to hit it with 14. Joshua, 17. To be fair, they're different enemies. Zero. Let's do this then. Easy. Okay, easy enough. Damn, so Zen has all of those earth abilities and it doesn't really do a lot with him. Although, I guess it'll be fine because I really just want the crest. If I'm being perfectly honest with you. We're now questioning how he got that far though in the ability line.
Not bad.
Beefy Sepith.
Fleeing to fight another day, huh? They're smart little devils. Devils do seem a lot more intelligent than your average monster. Enough to make me wonder whether these are another kind of impossible fiend like the rest. I'm with you. I can't pretend to be an expert on the monsters of Lehman, but I'm pretty sure they're not this smart.
It looks like this plane stands to be a real ball.
Here she comes.
Hey, sister. You've done well to come this far. On this plane, there are 3 ordeals to overcome. If you overcome them all, the next path will open. Take this. Ghost handed a map of the Lockle. Be forewarned. The Lord of Phantasma's goal is your what? How are you going to forewarn me of something and then not? Hey, just by the way, something is happening. Thank you. Great.
Well, sure didn't stick around long. She's probably got a little power left now. It's difficult for her to show herself to us. So it seems. Must be a frustrating thing for her to deal with.
Y'all are way nicer than me because I'm just pissed at her.
Still, she left us with a useful gift.
Yeah. Kevin opened up the map. I'm so confused why we're here.
Okay, looks like the lodge is on the top right where you are now. Then there's this Balstark Channel place to the left of us. Maybe that's the ordeal she mentioned, or one of them at least.
She mentioned there is being 3 of them, but there's only one place we could fit that description marked on the map. I wonder where the other 2 could be.
From what I can see, these 2 rails lead to them, the ones that seem to just stop all of a sudden. But this plane most likely has its own rules of where we need to follow. If we follow those roads now, there's a big chance we find nothing at the end of them. Unfortunately. Well, those are the cards we've been dealt. Let's try heading over to the Balstark Channel and see what comes of it.
Okay, I mean, like, Kurt was here. And then the rest of the other bracers. I'm just so confused. I guess Agate could also be here since it's a training ground.
It sure is dark here. Still, I guess you can't expect much in the way of light from the staircase leading to an underground waterway. From what I've heard, this used to be an old ruin until the Bracer Guild repurposed it as a training area.
You may not be able to expect much light, but I would prefer it to be a little cooler than this. My ever so fashionable attire is getting covered in sweat.
It is pretty damn hot. The weird rumbling sound I can hear is bugging me for a while too. Actually, I think we're almost at the end, so maybe it'll cool down in a second.
Embarrassing, Joshua.
Embarrassing. You've changed. What in the world? Well, no wonder we were feeling hot. Call me an optimist, but I doubt this is how this place normally is. Let's write this one off of our enemy's works. I think that's a safe assumption to make, which means we're really going to need to proceed cautiously. Whoa, 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 whoa! Okay, the soundtrack, like the floor, is fire. What? Oh, I'm just like ready to just absorb this. This is like the most intense track they've had. And makes sense. We are literally standing by a pit of flames. Wait, this feels like it's structured. Oh my god, I can't focus. This is so fun. I'm ready to take on the world. And then all of a sudden there's no enemies here. Yeah, this feels like it's structured more like the first sewer where we we're training in Roland. Like down to this door a little bit. I don't remember going down those sewers in the Lockle, you know, before Kurt pretended to get kidnapped. Oh, I should have looked to see if that would be okay against these. Air. Uh-oh. Oh, I thought he got the vanish after Rush. I was about to freak out. But he did cancel that art, so that sucks. Oh, these things are kind of crazy. Didn't even give him a chance last time, but now I see. Now I see their game. Yeah, maybe we should do this.
My love, I give to you. Let's end this.
Oh my god, 70? I'm wondering if Joshua should take this critical and then... Yes. Oh, that way Olivia gets the rush. Although I don't know if he's gonna make... They're gonna make it past this. Hell yeah.
That's that.
That's our baby boy. Oh yeah, the rumbling is scary. What's going on? Is this about to... Okay, this does feel familiar, but this feels more like... I didn't think that this was under the training grounds, but maybe it was. It's just scratching my brain in a very specific way. Okay, if we return it, is my treasure chest going away? You know, after Zen's story, and after seeing this new area, I'm less interested being surrounded by a pit of lava. You know, is that crazy of me to say? Is lava discouraging for anyone else?